Mr. Mitchell Ward. Amazing. I have a lot of respect for people who can do puns because I don't really do them very often. A friend of mine told me this little story once and it made me really happy. And it was about a little baby sweet corn. And when he was a little baby sweet corn, he said to his sweet corn parents, I want to be a magical horse one day. And they said, you can't, you're a vegetable. You can't become anything bigger than a vegetable. And he said, I'm going to do it. So I went to primary school, got really good grades, went to a really good grammar school. And he worked so very, very hard on his little A-levels that he made his way all the way to Oxford University. And his dad had to say, you did it! You're finally a unicorn. Oh. Made me really happy. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to a wonderful woman who I met last year doing a writing workshop, and I am very excited to see her tonight. Please put your hands together for the wonderful Roberta Smart.
Yeah!
This will make it extremely tall.
She's a little taller than me.
I have minions.
Oh.
Good evening, thank you for having me. It's brilliant to be here. Now, do bear with me if I do stumble a little while I'm working with you. I've had a bit of an industrial injury recently. The doctor tells me I've broken my bum. I didn't know such a thing was possible, but I went and saw them, and it is technically possible to break your bum. Seriously, the way it happens is, I'm sitting in the car, and I get out of the car, I take one step. The glutes give way, the legs give way, I'm on the floor and I'm crawling across the car park in Aldi. It was the most embarrassing thing I've ever done, but the saddest part of the story is why I'm broken. Is I recently joined a gym. I've embarked on a health routine and I swear it's trying to kill me. Now there are about 7 of us in my gym and we go 3 times a week. We attend gym sessions in what can only be described as a torture chamber. We arrive full of trepidation, eyes wide with fear, and there are instruments of torture spread out around the room, gleaming, and at the other end of the room, the personal trainer stands, legs astance, rubbing his hands together gleefully. He's a sadistic bastard. He's French. Talking of French, I've got suspicions about what's been going on in Notre Dame. You've been watching the news, you've seen what's happened. We were talking earlier about Game of Thrones, we've been talking about Harry Potter, and I have a distinct suspicion that something's been going down with a bit of a mashup between Targaryens and the Potters. The Queen of Dragons has been training her dragons. Harry Potter's there to defend the realm. One more incendio with Ron's broken wand. Oops. Fucking hell, Harry. Now, as a girl from the Midlands, as you can probably tell, I'm not a local lass. As a girl from the Midlands, I hail from Coventry, and I officially have the badge and have the t-shirt when it comes to incendiary cathedrals. We own the right, so, Notre Dame's got nothing on us, we lost everything. And it did make a really good set for that Nativity film. Did you see it when it first came out, the first film, Nativity? Now I'm thinking that Notre Dame, if they play their cards right, could be the setting for Nativity 4. Keith Flint returns. But back to my story. Joined the gym, trying to get fit and get healthy, and of course, it's not just about exercise, is it? You've got to watch what you're eating. And I've been put on a really strict eating plan. It's working, we're getting there. Thank you. I appreciate that. But what I found is what we need to eat is having a little bit of a knock-on effect. I'll give you an example. The other night it was a beautiful piece of steamed cod and a bowl of Brussels sprouts. Delicious, I love sprouts, they're great. Going down. It's about an hour later that the problems start. Seriously, my arse was so tuneful, even the dog left the room in disgust. Left me with nowhere to go. I mean, seriously, why else do I have a dog if you can't blame it when you fart? There's only 3 good reasons to have a dog, really. When you're a kid, Why do you need a dog? Because the dog ate your homework. It's a classic. Growing up, student life, night on the curries, fuck me, Fido, what the hell was that? I think I got away with it. But now, as a more mature lady with a big family, or a growing family, I should say, it's not big, but like about up here, the dog serves another purpose. And the way I use my dog most is a get out of jail free card. Okay, some people are with me, most of you are not. Why do I need a get out of jail free card? Well, my parents live in the Midlands and I live in Cheltenham, so I can't spend very long visiting my mother because I've got to get home for the dog. Yeah, you're not sure, are you? But then again, you don't know my mum, you see. You don't know. You don't know what I've been through. You don't quite know how it was. Tell you a little story about my family, if you don't mind. Indulge me, I can't afford therapy. So, I'm the product of a second marriage. Both of my parents were married before and had 2 sons. They managed to fuck up those relationships and found themselves wanting. Let me just note, I'm a child of the 60s. This all happened a long time ago. For you young ones, things have changed a lot since then. So they met each other. He needed a housekeeper. She needed a father for her boys. They set up home together and uttered the immortal words, if we're not pregnant in 6 months, we get a vasectomy. 5 months, 3 weeks, 2 days. Hello, I am the sperm that survived. And they've never stopped reminding me ever since. Seriously, I'm not even joking. My mum told me, and more than once, well, I never really wanted any more children, but I thought I should give your dad a baby. And my dad told me, no, I never wanted any more kids, I just went along with it for your mother. I kid you not. I was talking to my dad once about an ex-husband that I had. An ex-husband, like I've got lots, there is just the one. He was having infertility problems, and I'm chatting away with my dad about this, who to my face, I kid you not, said, poor bastard. He said, I never wanted any kids, and I produced 3 quite easily. You wonder why I've had a life of depression. But it's a long time ago. I should have got over it by now. I haven't, but I should have done. And I am, just now trying to come to terms with not only childhood, I'm trying to get my head around adulthood, I'm still trying to come to terms with parenthood, and my kids are 18 and 21, so it takes me a long time. I tend to miss the memo, but now I'm dealing with the delights of turning 50 and the onset of the fucking menopause. I mean, seriously, I'm not ready. I'm really not ready for this. One thing I do know, though, if Theresa May needs help with climate change, put a woman on the menopause in there. She's got her own fucking microclimate. 4 o'clock in the morning, boiling hot, dripping wet. Okay? It's like a pissing heat wave. I have to manage it. The ice caps are physically melting. I have written this down because I'm never going to remember it all. Menopause. Brain. Yeah, I've got excuses. Within minutes, it's the big freeze. I turn into the beast from the east. Seriously, that wasn't a weather front. It was a menopausal woman with no chocolate. Fuck. I go from hot to cold to up to down. One cat video on YouTube. Monsoon of tears covering the floor as I'm weeping them away. Although they have told me that the salt water's good for my skin. Was tears they're talking about, wasn't it? Always get confused about that one. But as I said, I turned 50 at the end of last year, and I decided I wanted to celebrate and put all that shit behind me. The parents, the parenting, the lifelong living with depression. Doesn't depression get really fucking boring? Is anyone else in the room suffering from depression? Yeah, hands up, come on, own it, people. Yes, isn't it really fucking boring? I had enough. I said, I'm not going to do it anymore. That's it. I'm going to stop. I'm not doing it anymore. So I thought I'm going to get out, get some new hobbies, do something more interesting. So, what have I been doing? A little bit of improv comedy with Comic Sans Script. You are in the house, thank you guys. Stand-up comedy, obviously, as I mentioned earlier, I can't afford therapy, this is it, seriously. If I could get a gig once a week for the next year, I think I'll just be about it by the end of 12 months, won't I? And I've taken up extreme dog walking. Now, it's not what you think, I'm not going up mountains and scaling ravines. In fact, the dog walking itself is pretty regular. It's what happens when I'm on the walks that makes it kind of extreme. Would you like to settle in for a story? I think you're going to enjoy this. Now, I will just check on the notes. I was walking with my dog, Dachshund Cross Jack Russell, small, ginger, very, very stupid. And I decided I needed to go beyond Pittville Park and the local park where I live. I needed to get out into nature, off the beaten track, somewhere no one else could find us. Out of signal, totally off grid. You with me so far? So, I am in what I will only refer to as a secret location somewhere in Gloucestershire. Walking the dog through the woods and doing a bit of bird watching, the sun's filtering through the sky. There's a nip in the air, and something catches my eye in the distance. Now, there are no roads where I was walking, but there was a trail. And in the distance, I see a car drive up. Thought that's strange. I'm not sure why anybody would beep me. I watch. Out of the car steps a very well-dressed, beautiful woman. Pencil skirt, knit-in jacket, very high heels. I'm thinking, this looks very interesting. She goes to the boot of her car. I'm really curious to know what kind of dog she might be walking. But when she lifted the boot, what jumped out of the boot? Not a dog, but a man. A large man, dressed in a basque, stockings, suspenders, and thigh-high PVC stiletto boots, and nothing else. I was gobsmacked. Do things like that really happen? This is Cheltenham, Regency Cheltenham, this is Gloucestershire, this is the Royal County. What the hell was going on? So I watched quietly with the dog to my side, and the next thing I see is the woman reach into a holdall who takes out a dog collar, as mentioned earlier I do believe, places it around his neck, clips on a lead, and says, "Follow me, you pissy worm." I was very confused why she'd used that, but I'll come back to it later. She leads him off through the woods, and I'm on the undergrowth, absolutely gobsmacked, wishing I had the phone with me, which I left at home because I'm off signal. So I watch them. They go off into the undergrowth. They've obviously been here before. They know where they're off, so I'm crawling, keeping a low profile. I don't want them to see me, but I can't resist seeing what's going to happen next. Never seen doggy before. I'm thinking this is just going to be all getting on. They go to a clearing, reach into a holdall. The next thing, handcuffs are clamped around his wrists, around his ankles, and within moments, he's spread-eagled between two trees, stark naked, but for a basque, stockings and suspenders. What the hell was going to happen now? To my surprise, didn't quite go the way I was expecting. The beautiful lady walked around him once, looked him up and down, called him a pissy little worm again, put a hood on his head, and turned around and left. I'm like, but what? I hear the car engine start and she drives away. She's abandoned the poor bastard in the woods. It's about at this point that my dog decides he's had enough of watching and wants to go and investigate. Small ginger, highly inquisitive, goes racing straight up to said gentleman, I use the word lightly, gives him a sniff, looks up, cocks his head, then his leg, and pisses all up his leg. Suddenly I realised why she called him a pissy worm. This has obviously happened before. Well, I'm mortified. I can't get out of there quick enough. He is devastated. The guy is obviously infuriated. He shouts things that I can't possibly copy and can't possibly repeat with you today. But I make a quick exit and get out. I'm trying to think how I was going to bring this to an end for you. Yep, absolutely lost myself. I did have a very sharp end somewhere, and it has gone. Right, thank you. Brain fart, you see, this is the thing about the menopause. So I did make a hasty retreat, and it has played on me ever since, because as you can see, I've had to really rack my brains to get this story for it to bring to you. And as I left, I thought to myself, what on earth ever happened to him? How can you just go and take someone, tie them up in the woods, go away and leave them? I wonder, did she ever come back? Did he die of hypothermia? Should I really have called 999? Was I the witness to a murder? Well, I didn't, did I? I just went away, wrote the story down and kept it to share with you, and I hope you enjoyed hearing it. Thank you.
Yay!
RobertaSmokeyJoes180419.
Way!
I was just thinking, you know how no one's seen David Cameron for a really long time? Maybe that's who it was. Because actually, if you did that to a real dog, you'd be arrested. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the moment you've all been waiting for.